Hello everyone and welcome to the next session of Core Java. In continuation with inheritance, in this session we will discuss about extends key. What we have seen so far is inheritance is one of the concept of object-oriented programming through which we can achieve reusability through is a relationship or kind of relationship. Now we will see how we are going to implement inheritance in our applications. So let's see it through the code. So let's create a class named as person. Person has got the properties as say first name, then last name, don't forget to implement encapsulation as well through private variables, and we have address of the person. So these three fields are there. I'm implementing setters and getters for this. Now I'm creating another class which is a student class. So what information student has? Student has first name, student has last name, student has address, then student has roll number, and student has marks, the score, right? Now I will provide setter and getter for these parameters. Now if you will compare these two classes, we have a class person which is having these three fields declared and a provision to assign and retrieve the value of these parameters. And here I'm doing the same thing where I have same these three properties and setters and getters for it. Plus I have some new properties, right? So what I have over here currently is redundancy of code. So can we convert it into reusability of code? So when I say that reusability, I will have to ask a question that what is the relationship between these two classes? So can I go for reusability through has a relationship or is a relationship? So whether person is a student or student is a person, or person has a student or student has a person. Obviously has a relationship is not going to work over here because person will not have student or student will not have person. So is a relationship is what we can implement for reusability. So in what direction we can make use of is a relationship? So is person a student or student a person? Obviously every person will not be considered as student, right? So obviously student is person. So what we can do is we can remove this code which we have rewritten, where we have the redundancy of the code, and we can extend this particular class from the person class because student is a person. Okay. Now, how this extends keyword which we are talking about is utilized? Extends is the keyword which is used to specify the inheritance between two classes. So the syntax is we will have a superclass. Superclass is also termed as parent class or base class, and we will have a subclass which will inherit the superclass. And subclass extends superclass. This is the syntax how we are going to use, or which we are going to use to implement inheritance. So in this code, what we are going to change is we will write student extends person. Now I will write a main class. So let's give it a name as inheritance main, which will contain main. So here, if I'm creating object of person, so person dot, you can see that these three values which are for setter and three values which are for getter: get address, get first name, get last name. Setter for these three are available to us. So person dot set first name. So this is some value. Person dot set last name, and person dot set address. So we can print these values by using getter method. Now I'm not going to write that particular code. Then I will create object of student class equal to new student. And as student is inheriting person class, let's see what all methods are accessible for student object. So when I want to set values, so whenever I'm calling this set method, you can see that setter methods for 3 parameters from the superclass and 2 from subclass are accessible. So set first name, student dot set last name, student dot set address, say roll number, and marks. And these all values can be printed using getter method. So this is how extends keyword is used for implementing inheritance. Remember that in Java, multiple inheritance means inheriting multiple classes at the same time is not supported. In Java, one class can extend only one other class at once. So this is termed as single inheritance. We have multi-level inheritance, but multiple inheritance is not supported in Java by using extends keyword. You cannot have comma separated list of superclasses after extends keyword for a class. So this is all about extends keyword. Thank you.